Hello everyone! In the last video, we've introduced the topic of Acedia. Don't hesitate to watch it before, I put the link below. We had presented Acedia as a spiritual sloth or spiritual procrastination, when every divine thing seems boring and we experience a sadness toward the divine goods. Now we are gonna go deeper in its understanding using one biblical example. Though Acedia is a kind of procrastination of our sanctification, and nowadays we have been struggling a lot against procrastination, this spiritual illness is very old. Even in the first centuries of the church, it was a big temptation for the desert monks, and that's why we'll try to use their wisdom during this series of videos. But even before, in the Old Testament, we can find some good examples of Acedia. You may remember that after the liberation from Egypt, the people of Israel began their pilgrimage in the desert towards the Promised Land. For that, they had asked Pharaoh to go to the desert to worship God. During this pilgrimage, the people got tired and complained to Moses since they were hungry. So, God sent to them manna, bread from heaven, which was given in the morning with plenty, accompanied by meat to eat in the afternoon. This food was so delicious that later the Book of Wisdom described it as containing every delight to satisfy every taste. Nobody could complain about this delight, being at the same time divine and adapted to the taste of each one. Everything seemed to be doing okay. They were in the desert to worship God and had all the necessary food. But they got tired and asked to come back to slavery in Egypt, since they missed the onions and garlic from there. Yes, onions and garlic. Is it not weird? They were probably tempted by Acedia. Anyway, it's a great image of the spiritual illness. God gives us the spiritual food, that is, the sacraments, prayer, Bible, which help us to walk toward the promised land, that is, the heaven. But you get tired of these foods and you can feel sadness and boredom since we don't see the end of our pilgrimage. After all, we let go this idea of holiness since it's hard to walk in the desert, and often we prefer to come back to the slavery of sin. We prefer to exchange spiritual food for mere onions and garlic. We waste time on the internet, look for someone to gossip, try to distract ourselves from the presence of God. Next video, we will see how some saints, as St. Thomas Aquinas and some fathers of the church, understood Acedia, and also we will see how to recognize the symptoms of this illness. God bless you.